Hello everybody, I'm Melissa and welcome back to Book Bar and welcome to a super fun vlog. I am definitely filming this at the end of the vlog because I realized I don't have an intro because I was editing it last night and I realized I didn't have an intro, so I'm filming it now. You're getting a car intro. I will be reading the entire Shatter Me series and the novellas and everything for the first time because I've never read the series before. I wasn't really reading when the series was really popular, but I've only heard good things and I know people are absolutely obsessed with Erin Warner, so I wanted to hop on that hype train and figure it out. I go through a whole range of emotions throughout this. It will be spoiler filled, so do know that. There's just no way to read a whole series and not talk about spoilers. I don't spoil the ending though, so like the full ending of the series. So if you do want to go into that, if you don't care about spoilers for each specific book, but you want to know overall what's going on, but you don't want to know the whole everything, go ahead and keep watching. If not, thanks for watching this intro. And yeah, all the fun stuff. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, so back to past me. When I started this, I had gotten COVID, so it was a great time. Not really, but so I look real rough in the beginning, and yeah, there was some moments where things weren't great, but yeah, I had a good time with this, and I hope you all enjoy. And I will see you all in the end. Hello, good afternoon. Ignore my appearance. Definitely have COVID, so that's fun. And brain fog is real. But yeah, I am 25% of the way into Shatter Me. And it's interesting. I'm still kind of confused as to what's going on. But I have met Erin Warner, who I know is the love interest. So yeah, he's kind of a jerk face. We'll see what happens. Juliet started off, she was in this prison, and then all of a sudden she had this roommate, cellmate, whatever, and she was nice to him, but he was working for Erin Warner, who is he's in charge of a unit of soldiers for the New Order or whatever it's called. Not even 100% sure. Again, brain fog. COVID brain. But I'm enjoying it. It's definitely easy to listen to. I started it not that long ago, and I'm already a quarter of the way through it. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I don't know why people like Erin yet, but we'll see. I'm sure I'm gonna end up falling in love with him just like everyone else does. So yeah, I'm gonna go because I am working. Just have to work from home. And so I need to go back to work. And maybe try to not look like death incarnate like I do right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Okay, so I finished Shatter Me. I know I updated you guys at 25% and then I didn't update you again. I just was really, the more the day went on, the less I wanted to film. And so I just didn't even pick up my camera or pick up my phone. I was very much in the COVID brain space of not wanting to do anything. But it was very interesting. I have decided this is just going to be a straight up spoiler filled vlog. There's not going to be any spoiler free thoughts past this point. So, if you want to leave because you don't want spoilers for it's going to be the entire series. So, if you don't want spoilers, leave now. I won't be mad. I'll understand. But if you want to be spoiled, here they are. So yeah, the first book ended. So the first book, Juliet was in an insane asylum, because she thought that her touch could kill people. And so she was there, and then she got this roommate or cellmate, Adam, and learned a lot about him. Turned out he was actually working for this guy, Erin Warner, who is obsessed with Juliet, Warner then takes Juliet captive, kind of. I was a little confused about that part. And, like, starts to kind of train her and, like, get her to try to fall in love with him. And that backfires because she ends up falling for Adam. And then her and Adam run away together. And Aaron tries to go back to get her back. And she shoots him. And then her and Adam end up at this, like, what's it called? I can't even think of what the name of the place is. But it's basically rebels who are they, like, infiltrated the society that Aaron is the leader of. And so she learned that she's not the only one of her kind. There are others like her. And that is why people like Adam are immune to her touch. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. I mean, it is very YA, but it reads really fast. And I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't have a ton to say about it because, again, it was like straight up during COVID brain fog. So we'll see how things go. I know that Jess is enjoying it. I'm not going to say anything, but we've been talking about it. I know she really enjoyed book 3. So, and she's binged all 3 of those so far. So, yeah, I hope you watch her vlog also. Already talked about that, but then I did read Destroy Me, which is the first novella in the series. This is told from Warner's point of view. He's I don't know. I know people are obsessed with him. I don't know how I feel about Aaron Warner yet, but it is very much love triangle, YA, dystopian, but I'm having a good time with it. So, and I can see, it's very easy, like, reads like candy. So, yeah, that is all I have for now. I'm going to go. And I'll probably start Unravel Me tomorrow. That's book 2. And I think it's Unravel Me. I don't know. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I'm going to go. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Hello. Good evening. I am 50% of the way through the second book in the Shatter Me series. Unravel Me, I think is what it's called. And it's interesting. Like I said, this is fully spoilers from here on out. So don't be upset when there's spoilers. But so Juliet is the first half of the book. She is living in the Omega, I think is what it's called. The Omega compound, basically like the rebels. And she's there, and she's not really training. She hasn't made any friends other than Adam. And she's just kind of doing her thing. Well, then she gets really mad about something and does something to, like, that triggers something, and I'm struggling. COVID brain is real. Like, I can think, I know what's I know what's going on, but, like, verbalizing it is very difficult right now. But yeah, it's good. So she triggers something, and she ends up learning that Adam is actually, like, his ability is to, like, stop other people's powers. So the reason he's able to touch her is because he can, like, stop her power from, like, acting on him. But it takes a lot out of him to do that. So he's basically, like, overworking himself to be around Juliet and, like, to touch her and things. And so they kind of, like, have, like, a falling out, breakup thing. Well, then we learn that a couple members of the group get taken by the regimen. I think this was called. Again, I don't remember names of things, which is really Aaron Warner's dad. He's taken these people, and he really wants to speak to Juliet. So Juliet, Adam, and Kenji, they go to try and meet up with Aaron's dad and to get these hostages back. And I stopped there. So, yeah. But Juliet and Adam are not together. And I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. I don't like Aaron's dad, so that's not fun. But yeah, I'm gonna go. And USA just lost in the World Baseball Classic to Japan. Sad day. But it was pretty cool watching Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout pitch against each other, pitch and hit against each other. Mike Trout, obviously, for the US, and Shohei Ohtani for Japan. And, you know, they're teammates in LA on the Angels, and they pitched against each other, which is, like, not, you know, common. But it's one of those things that, like, does happen in the World Baseball Classic. But, like, they're two of the best players. There's this really funny meme because it's like the three-headed snake, because obviously US with Mike Trout, they're in the final championship. Shohei and Japan are in the championship, but then the Angels are just not a very good baseball team. So it's like the two, like, big bad. If I can find the picture, I'll put it right here. But they're like the two, like, angry faces, and then it's like the goofy, like, because that's basically how it is in professional baseball. But yeah, you guys don't care about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go because it's bedtime. So I gotta take my makeup off and do all that fun stuff. And I'll talk to you all when I finish Unravel Me. And yeah, that is all I have for now. I'm excited because I've heard Ignite Me is, like, really where the book changes, or where the series changes, and that's the third book. So yeah, I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello, good evening. I am here to update on the end of Unravel Me by Tahereh Mafi, the second book in the Shatter Me series. I enjoyed it. I give 4 stars. Definitely can see the improvement from the first book. And the ending, I literally, like, had to stop everything I was doing just to, like, listen and be like, what is happening? Jaw dropped on the floor. So she went, you know, at the end of the first half, she had gone and was meeting with Aaron Warner's dad, and Aaron was there, and she ended up shooting his dad. And then turned out that Adam's dad is also Aaron's dad, so they're brothers, but only so far Juliet is the only one that knows. Like, Aaron doesn't even know that yet. So yeah. Then they end up taking Aaron hostage, and then they find out that he is able to touch Juliet, so he might be gifted also. So he's able to be there without being a hostage, and ends up escaping and going back to his father. And then Juliet goes to go find him because now Omega, whatever they're called, wants to, like, murder him because he escaped. But he went back to his father, and so Juliet goes to the house, and it's actually Aaron's mother's house, and his father shoots her, sorry. So yeah, and then it just kind of ends with her getting better, and, like, I think she's starting to realize that she really does care for Aaron. So, but I'm excited for Ignite Me because I've heard that this is, like, the best one in the series, or best one so far. I will probably not be reading that today. I'll probably start it tomorrow, but that is all I have for now. And I will talk to you all when I'm about halfway through Unravel, or Ignite Me. Hello, everybody. What am I doing? I don't know. I sound like I'm starting a vlog, but I'm not. So I did get halfway through Ignite Me by Tahereh Mafi today at work. Sorry, I'm making dinner. I'm being lazy and just having a grilled cheese sandwich. It's fine. But I made it halfway through that, and I am loving it, y'all. Loving it. So basically, in the first half of this, Juliet wakes up and is back in Warner's room at Sector 45, where she was held captive previously, with Aaron. And he tells her that Omega Point has been destroyed, completely, way after she got shot and when the war was happening. And so she, of course, is really sad about this, not knowing if her friends are alive or dead, and whether Adam is alive or dead, and Kenji or James. And so she gets really upset and asks Aaron to take her there, to like take her to Omega Point just to see for herself. And then he also kind of tells her some stuff about like from the previous books, like when she was held captive, and how she thought that he tortured her by like kidnapping a little kid and then making her touch him. It was just a simulation. It wasn't actually him doing that. And which, you know, that's good. And like Adam knew that it was a simulation. He thought she was upset because she hurt some of his soldiers, but no, she thought she had hurt a kid. So yeah, she learns that, and then Warner does take her to Omega Point, or where Omega Point was, and there she sees like all the destruction and everything, and she runs into Kenji, and he is very upset, obviously, with Warner, and tries to kill him. Well, Warner is able to use Kenji's ability of invisibility and go invisible and like get away, but not before convincing Juliet to help him kill his father, and take down the reestablishment, because Warner does not care for them, especially not his father. And so then Juliet ends up telling Kenji everything, including Warner's true feelings for her. And he takes her to Adam's house, where the remaining 9 members of Omega Point are all living. And she also had told Kenji that the twins are alive and are being held by Anderson, Warner and Adam's father. And Adam gets very upset with Juliet because Aaron shows up later at Adam's house to, you know, take Juliet because she had agreed to help him. And she ends up agreeing, like getting the rest of Omega Point to help take down the reestablishment. Of course, Adam is very upset about this and talks about how they're in a relationship, and she's like, no, we're not. We had to end things because I was literally killing you, so we're not together. But she like won't admit that like she has feelings for Aaron. And yeah, Aaron's kind of like, I love you. Like, I am in love with you, and I need you to get on board with this. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I should be able to finish it tomorrow. But I'm gonna go so I can make my dinner. And I actually took notes today because I didn't want to forget. So I'm literally have them. You're in my microwave, and my notes are taped to my sticky noted to my microwave. So yeah. That is all I have for now. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Hello, everybody. I finished Ignite Me. So far, this has been my favorite of the series. It was a 4.5 stars. Still, like, just some things. 4.5 around, and I will round it up to 5 on Goodreads. Just still some, like, small things that are bugging me about it. It is, I mean, it's YA, so it is very juvenile, but it is leaning more adult. But basically, where I left off, Warner and Juliet are kind of on the outs because Juliet won't admit that she feels things for Aaron. And then the Omega Point people show up at Warner's house to train and help with the taking down of the reestablishment. And then Adam and James eventually do join because their situation is very bleak and nobody wants them to be in the situation that they're in, and they want to help. So they show up, and of course you learn, or eventually Aaron learns that Adam is his brother, and so is James. Also, Juliet has to finally let Adam go for good, because part of why he came back is because that sneaky little bee Kenji may have told Adam that Juliet was still in love with him, but that's not the case. Then, you know, as they're training and things, Juliet discovers that she can kind of turn her power off to make her skin not as deadly, and that's when she decides that she wants to be with Warner and goes and tells him that she loves him, and, you know, Let's Get It On plays in the background. Just kidding. Doesn't actually play in the background, but they do hook up and, you know, are officially together. And they decide that they are going to take control of Sector 45 and force the Grand Supreme, or whatever the heck his name is, whatever he is, Anderson, Warner, and Adam's dad, force him to come back. And Juliet will then take over as the ruler once he is gone. And so they go, he gets back, they end up on his ship, her and Kenji do, and they get separated, and Juliet goes and finds him. He has like some new toy person that has special powers, and Juliet then shoots Anderson in the head and comes back and says, hey, I am in charge now. I am the leader at 17 years old. So, you know, that's gonna go well, I have a feeling. So yeah, I need to read the Shatter Me novella, which was supposed to takes place in between books 2 and 3, but I know I've looked at it now. It's told from Adam's perspective, which you don't know at the end of book 2 if he's alive, so that's why you're like, wait to read it. So I'll probably read that this weekend at some point. I'll have to go when I read that. But yeah, that is all for now. I'll talk to you on the next one. Hello, good afternoon. I read Fracture Me, and it was fine. It was a novella told from Adam's perspective, about what had happened when at the end of book 2, kind of. It was very short, and then, you know, they believe that Juliet's dead. So there's that, but obviously she wasn't, which we've already learned because I went into book 3 before I went into book 2.5. But now I'm also 50% of the way through Restore Me, book 3, book 4. Yeah, book 4. And so it's been like 2 weeks since everything happened, and Juliet killed the Supreme Commander and has made herself the Supreme Commander, and she's surprised that nobody has like come to try to like take her down or anything. And her and Aaron have like not spent any time together. Adam and Aaron are kind of trying to like forge a kind of bond because they are brothers, and that's known now. And Castle is very concerned about Juliet because of what happened. So basically, yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. But so these 2 teenagers, young kids, come, and it's Nazira and I can't, starts with an H, I can't think of his name. They're siblings, and they're from one of the other regions, and they were friends. Their parents are also Supreme Commanders, and they were friends with Aaron growing up, and he doesn't like them now, for some reason. I don't know why. Haven't gotten to that part yet. And they're there to kind of like suss out things, and it turns out that all of the children are coming to suss things out because the plan is to completely destroy Sector 45 and take down Juliet, because obviously they believe she is unstable, and Castle kind of believes she's unstable, so that's depressing. And I don't know, like, is this gonna be a situation like Hunger Games where like Katniss kills the new queen, or kills the new ruler, instead of the bad one? Well, sure, it killed the bad one, so she's also gonna kill this person, so we'll see. I'm concerned. And we also learned that Juliet was adopted, and her biological parents, she had a sibling who Aaron tortured. So, yeah, we'll see what happens, but that's about 50% of the way through. And yeah, I'm concerned at Castle being kind of a D-bag, so yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading. I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Hello, I have finished Shatter Me. Wow. I have finished Restore Me, and holy moly, like, oh my god, 5 stars, best one in the series so far. Absolutely 100% my favorite that I've read so far. But basically Warner goes, he like struggles with how he's gonna tell her, but he decides to tell Juliet what happened, and that he tortured her sister, and that she was adopted. And very interesting. Juliet, of course, gets super mad. Duh. Like, she just doesn't know, so she like runs away, and then Nazira ends up coming and like talking to her, and she kind of has like a heart-to-heart with Nazira and like learns about Nazira, and then she decides like she's done with Warner, she can't deal with him right now, and so she moves her stuff into his dad's area rooms, which are technically hers because she's the supreme. And so she goes to the room and she gets kind of drunk and like shaves her hair, like she shaves her head, just straight up, all gone. And then the next day it's like this big meeting, and she screams and kills like literally everybody. What? Holy crap. And then we learn that her parents are the supreme leaders of Oceania. So they take her back with them to New Zealand, which, I mean, it's Oceania, but it's New Zealand area. Also, I'm kind of loving the like color that this orange car is giving my hair. Should I dye my hair? Should I? I don't know. I gotta like screenshot this and show my hair lady. So, smile interlude. But okay, back to the book. Yeah, I need to continue. Like, I need to know what happens. So when I get home tonight, I'm gonna read the novella Shatter Me, which is told from Kenji's perspective, and I love Kenji so much. So I'm excited to read that, and then I will go back tomorrow and I will start Defy Me? No, I don't even know. Whatever the 5th one is. So I got 2 more to go. And I got a week to finish them. I mean, I should be able to. It's not a big deal. But yeah, that is all I have for now. I will talk to you on the next one. Hello. Good evening. I got halfway through Defy Me by Tahereh Mafi, the 5th book in the Shatter Me series. And, I finished Shadow Me first. I read that novella. It's from Kenji's point of view. It basically was like a couple chapters of the stuff that happens after Warner tells Juliet, and and then before, like, and then up to what happens at the end. Kind of how all the novellas have been, just like little snippets of like someone else's perspective of that time. But yeah, so Defy Me starts from Kenji's point of view, which is great. And then it goes into Warner and Juliet's point of views also, but we do get a lot of Kenji, which is wonderful because he needs to be protected at all costs, and I will riot if he dies. I mean, I don't think he will, but we'll see. But yeah, so basically Juliet is taken, and she has found out who she is. Her name is Ella, and they learn that Anderson really isn't dead, which I kind of hate, like, the coming back from dead trope. So, like, that sucks. But it's fine. But basically Juliet's mom is trying to, like, reconfigure her brain. But now it's actually, like, working in reverse. Like, Juliet's actually remembering everything about her past that she didn't remember before. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I don't even remember. My mom texted me and I got distracted. But yeah, so I ended off about halfway where actually Nazira and Kenji are going to go find Juliet and see where she is. And yeah, that is where I'm at. And I'm going to go and read. And I was up to you all when I finish Defy Me. And then I only got 2 novellas and 1 book. So I will be done with this series. It's been a good time. I've enjoyed it. But yeah, I'll talk to you on the next one. Hello. Good afternoon. You are in my microwave again. Doing another fun water. I got the Jolly Rancher apple one, so we're gonna test it out. And I have caramel, so we're gonna test it out and see if it's caramel apple up in here. But yeah, so I'm here to talk about Defy Me, the end of Defy Me by Tahereh Mafi. Holy moly. I think I gave it 5 stars. It was either 4.5 or 5. But yeah, they rescue Warner and Juliet from where they were in Oceania, and which is like New Zealand area. And they go and they end up getting like shot down out of the sky by the resistance, and they're at this new place, and Warner proposes to Juliet. And yeah, it kind of ends in like a decent way. Like everyone's kind of happy. We don't know where Adam and James are, which gets brought up in the novella, but I will talk about that in a minute. We don't know where Adam and James are, but they're not there. And Warner, it's his birthday. He's never celebrated his birthday before. So of course Juliet, being the queen that she is. Oh wait, it's not Juliet anymore. It's Ella, being the queen that she is. Celebrates his birthday for him. And yeah, it was super cute. And then we learn that her sister Emmeline was able to like basically astral project the way that people saw the world. So like all of the issues that like all the climate issues and everything that they were having weren't really happening. She was just making it seem like they were, and they want to make Juliet into basically an atom bomb. So yeah, not good for our girl over there. But yeah, it was a good time. I really enjoyed it, and I'm super excited to get to the finale. But I did read the novella also. I can't think of what it's called. I think it's Reveal Me. Again, it's from Kenji's point of view, and he's very upset because Adam and James aren't there. And we end up learning that Anderson has taken them captive, along with all of the other kids of the Supreme Commanders. So, the ones that aren't there with them, which Nazira is there, and her brother, and Stefan, who I think is Africa. He's from Commander of Africa's kid. But yeah, that's all that's there. And so the rest are being held captive by Anderson, along with James and Adam, who are Anderson's sons. So that's depressing. And Nazira reveals that she has a thing for Kenji. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm having a great time. And I'm really enjoying this reading this series. I didn't know that I would, but I'm having a great time. And I'm excited to read Imagine Me. So I will update you all when I'm 50%-ish of the way through Imagine Me. But first, we gotta do a taste test. So I just did the green apple. We'll see what this tastes like before I add some caramel. Oh, that's good. That's really good. On its own. But I just got like the mini little one because I wanted to try. This is the sugar-free. I think it's sugar-free. Just do a little bit of that. A couple little. I didn't want to buy a whole one because I wasn't sure. I'm like, I don't know what goes with caramel, but other than apple, I didn't have apple. And then I found it, so now I have apple. And we'll see how this tastes. That's not bad. I really enjoy this. I think it's not a fave, but it's not bad. It's good. So yeah, let's say 7 out of 10. Add a little bit more caramel. And yeah, now I will talk to you all in the next one. Hello. Good evening. I am 50% of the way through Imagine Me, and pain is all I am feeling right now. So, you know, it ended kind of decently, and then I forgot at the end of the novella, Kenji heard screaming, and it was Juliet screaming. Juliet, Ella, whatever, screaming. Well, she was being, like, controlled by Emmeline, and was just, like, the projection was just crazy, and she was trying to kind of, like, destroy the world, because Emmeline was like, I am dying, so take everyone down. And so I forgot about that, and of course, she ends up, like, in a coma, and Warren and Kenji go at it, kind of, and it's very depressing. And Kenji's just, he's upset, like, that's his best friend, that's his person, his other best friends are missing still, and he's distraught. And yeah, and then they realize that Anderson has found them, and he comes to them, and Warner tries to hide Juliet, but it doesn't work. And so Anderson captures her, and she's now back in Oceania and doesn't have any of her memories. So yeah, and we also learn that, because Anderson was willing to sacrifice James for Juliet. We learn that Adam gave himself up to Anderson in exchange to keep James safe, and offered to give Anderson his power. So the last chapter I read was Juliet sees Adam, like, hooked up to machines and stuff, and Anderson is, like, trying to, like, figure out how to extract his power, which, if you remember, turns off other people's powers. So yeah, things are bleak. So I'm gonna go because I need to keep going in this book, and I'll talk to you all in the next one. Hello. I have finished. Why can't I think of the book title? Imagine Me. The final book in the Shatter Me series. And fantastic. I give 5 stars. It was a very satisfying ending to the whole thing, especially considering how high stressed the situation was in the middle, and just everything that was going on. And Aaron Warner, I get it. I understand the obsession, everyone. I get it. But yeah, I had a great time. I'm so glad that I'm not going to spoil the ending, because, you know I've spoiled everything else in this series. Read the ending. Read the series. Read the end. I'm not going to spoil it. Because just so much happens. But you know, obviously it is a romance. So, also, I still have to read Believe Me, which is, like, the last novella, and I think it's just going to be people being happy, hopefully. So, yeah. Fantastic series. No book got less than 3.5 stars from me, so I would say that that's a success, especially for a young adult series that I wasn't, like, super interested in. Like, I just thought I had outgrown that, but I'm really glad I read it. And now I need to go and buy them all for my shelves. So yeah, that's a problem. But that's okay. I had a great time with this so far. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm ending the vlog. I still have to do a final thing. But yeah, great ending to the series. And I will be finishing up Believe Me, and then I will have a little vlog clip, and then I'll have a little closeout. But yeah, it's been a great time. See y'all in the next one. Hello, I am here to close out the Shatter Me vlog. I finished Believe Me, and it made me cry. I'm not gonna lie, not like a ton. I had like a tear falling down my eye, because of everything that they went through, and like how everyone kind of felt about Warner, and you know, and how Juliet stood up for him, and I loved it so much. Yeah, this was a great time. I'm really glad I read this series finally. It was a good time, a solid YA series, and definitely one that I would probably revisit at a later date and see like where I can pick up on like things that I missed the first time. But yeah, I had a good time with it. I gave book 1 3.5 stars, book 2 4 stars, book 3 I think was like 4.5, and then book 4 was my favorite, and that was it book 4 or was it book 5? I think it was book 4. Book 4 was my favorite. Yeah. That one was 5 stars, and then back to 4.5 stars, and then 5 stars for the last one. And then the novellas were fun. I didn't really care about the first one. That was from Adam, or the second one. Actually, I didn't really care about the first one either. Although it did kind of give you a look into Warner's mind, especially after Shatter Me, because I was like, I don't understand the love for this man. But, you know, of course, by the end of the whole series, I get it. I get it for sure. And I did, so I had a good time with it. I didn't really care for the one from Adam's perspective. The first 2 novellas were just meh. Obviously the 2 from Kenji's perspective were amazing, because Kenji's the best. Like, Kenji and Warner are probably my 2 favorite characters, and like their like friendship that like is not a friendship because they don't want to admit that they're friends. It was a great time. But yeah, I had a good time with it. Like I said, now I feel like I'm just rambling. So thank you, Jess, for setting this up. It was a great time. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And yeah, if you made it to the end of this vlog, leave me an eye emoji, because that's on the cover of all of the books. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. It really helps me out. I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.